Well, hello and welcome to Black Friday at Mod and Pop Thrift. This is the bubble wrap that I ordered on Wednesday night and the My Go-To tape. And it is here at 9:30 on Black Friday morning. We really have never been Black Friday day shoppers. So at our house, we have enough people to do a gift exchange amongst the kids. We call it Secret Sibling. You know what's super fun is taking all 6 children into Target on Black Friday to shop for each other. Nothing hectic about that at all. So we're just getting the house ready for family to be here tomorrow. We spent all day yesterday with my family and we're spending all day tomorrow with her family. I gotta turn some lights on and then we'll get to what's selling. Over here in AD, I picked up this Leapfrog for like $35. And it is sealed in the original box with the 2 sealed games with it. And it sold for $105 free shipping. This little 2-gallon pot crock was left in the house when we moved in, so I have nothing into it. I listed it for $45 plus shipping or best offer. I got a $30 offer and they literally paid, since I was talking about the Leapfrog 30 seconds ago. And look at this. They paid $65 shipping from Central Illinois to Central Florida. So I should be able to get it there without it getting damaged. This little Digimon figure I got in a huge lot of stuff that I paid almost nothing for. And I figured out what this thing was. And he sold for $7 free shipping. I had it listed for $9 and took a best offer of $7. But I literally have nothing into it and it couldn't possibly be easier to mess with. And also, it's broken, so I almost didn't list it. So any money is money ahead. It's found money. So while I'm sitting here and I normally give you guys this number, I have 30 items going out for $900 total, which is pretty awesome. This old gun holster, it's in not great shape. Comes with the box. Got it the retro truckload sale, sold for $19.79 free shipping. This was in the bag of toys that we picked up the other day, and it is Ertl branded, and it was the first thing to sell. I thought those trains would sell for sure. This sold, but it's $12.50 free shipping, but I paid $4 for the bag. Didn't expect this to sell at all, and I'll make my $4 back selling just this thing. You'll recall the other day I had a migraine, and I just pulled some stuff to list it so that I wasn't short listings. Well, this was one of them. So it's been listed like 2 days. So I paid $4 for it in an estate sale. It was marked $8 and it was half price day. Sold for $11 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $20. This dumb thing came with the Hoarder House stuff. They had some Disney World trip stuff. And it is from Fort Wilderness, which is the campground, like Papa Tent campground at Disney World, where you could get a campsite for $11. This is damaged and still sold. I had it listed for $30, $33.99 or something. Just a random crapshoot number. Look how small Disney, that's all of Disney's, that's the whole map of the whole theme park. This sold for $28.42. Buyers all in at $30.84, which they sent me that offer. I don't know where they came up with that number, but I was happy to get it gone at that price. Cassette storage. This one is 2 lines of cassettes for a total of 28 tapes. Decent little thing. I paid less than $3 for it at Goodwill, and I find them a lot there. Sold for $22 free shipping. Frogger by Sierra Games. Sierra is always a good name to look out for. Frogger is a classic title. This is for the Commodore 64, which means the entire thing had 64 K memory, not 64-bit. This was an old computer, and this is the old floppy disk and part of the manual. It's just the torn back off of the manual. And this was a retro truckload sale thing, and it sold for $12 plus shipping. 6 random sealed DVD Blu-rays that I pulled the other day when I had a migraine and didn't feel like missing out on a day worth of work, so I just got 10 listed. Just random random Blu-rays that were stacked together. I think I got these all at I went into a pawn shop and they're like, hey, Blu-rays are $1. So I went through and pulled the sealed ones just to see at $1 a piece. And they didn't even get listed for years because they weren't worth anything, worth taking the time to list. And they bailed me out that day and sold for not very many dollars, $14.99 free shipping. That is not the way to sell Blu-rays, but I needed a listing that day, and I don't know the way to sell Blu-rays, so I didn't do it good. I just did it. And let me say that, like, better done than not done perfectly. Like, I think there are a lot of people who want to get absolutely everything right and know that they're maximizing their profits and know that their listing is totally perfect the first time they ever make one listing. It is better listed with, like, not the best way to get the most money than it is sitting in your death pile. Just keep listing and you'll get better as you go, but just keep pumping out listings, because the more you have for sale, the better they are. Where you need to be focus on being perfect is sourcing. You need to source stuff that's desirable, in good condition, easy to deal with, because if it's something that needs cleaned and tested and all of that, it's going to be harder to get to, and your sunk cost is worse because you have to spend a whole bunch of time you could spend listing something easy. Like, if you find a dirty old Nintendo and you have to take it apart and change the 72-pin connector and then make sure that it works right every time and put it back together, and you spend an hour and a half fixing that Nintendo that you bought for $5 and you end up getting 60, and you make $40, but you could have bought 5 dollar t-shirts and listed all of those and they were $20 t-shirts, then then you have $100 worth of listings. So there needs to be some connection between how much time it takes to deal with and headache and frustration. Now, for me, like, I like taking Nintendos apart, so it's not like it's work. I enjoy it, and listing t-shirts is kind of work. So there is some sense to doing something fun, but some value in that. But we need to be thinking about making our listing easier, because if I can make, and I don't get wrapped up in, I have 300 items that took me, or I have 30 items to ship today and it's going to take me this long, and this is my gross profit, so I'm making this much an hour. I don't think about the world in those terms. Like, I'm making this much on my business, and it means that I don't have to go to work today on Black Friday. And any day I had a job, I was there at 4 a.m. on Black Friday. And so there's a lot to, besides hourly rate kind of thing. But you do need to think, like, is spending 2 hours making sure this Nintendo works, that is also something that is more prone to be returned or get fraud on, than a handful of t-shirts that I would make the same profit, spend less time, and be less likely to be returned. In my opinion, t-shirts are less likely to be returned than electronics, but a lot of people have problems with clothes because of fit, but I don't have that. Like, I have this one shirt that's been returned 3 times, but that's really the only clothing return I've had in recent memory. So anyway, just something that I'm thinking about while I'm talking to you guys. I got to get some stuff pulled. Look at these puppies. Holy cow. I thought this was dated. It doesn't seem to be, now that I'm up close with it. Oh, yeah, there it is. It is 1980. And this is a vintage Fruit of the Loom tag. And this thing sold for $15 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $21. I bought it at a garage sale where they had some killer vintage clothes, and I paid $2 for that. I was not familiar with Trouser Press when I bought these, but they're evidently an old British rock magazine, like Rolling Stone, only they never got that big. And these are from the 70s, and I got them at an auction. I think I paid $15 for the lot at the auction, and all of those sold, and I had one double that I listed for like $5 plus shipping all by itself. And these sold for $40 plus shipping. And the guy told me he's going to try to make money on them selling them one-offs. This Packers shirt, Champion men's extra large dead stock, embroidered, cool shirt. I don't know where this came from, but it sold for $12.99 plus shipping. Buyers all in at like 19 and change. I almost kept this just because it's cool and not worth that much, but it sold for $19 free shipping. It's an old Tiger handheld. These are unplayably bad. Like, they're really hard to mess with, but they're cool looking on a shelf. $19 free shipping. I've had this a long time. I don't even know where it came from. This game, crap, I think I left it sitting on the shelf over there. Yep, I can see it. I bought this old Sorry board, and I threw away the board in the box because they weren't worth shipping. The pieces sold for $9 plus shipping. I paid 50 cents at a garage sale. Buyers all in at $14.92, like Columbus sailing the ocean blue. So this is 8 books. It's 9 books. I would have paid $4 for the hard, $5 into this lot. They're all Star Wars books, which don't do particularly well. Star Wars canonical fiction. But they did sell for $17.99 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $25. This shirt sold for, I've had this forever, 2 shirts this buyer bought. This one is St. Thomas. It's a single stitch, and it's just an old Hanes tag iron-on of St. Thomas destination kind of tee. I've had it for a long time. It was an early find for me as single stitch, and it sold with the other shirt, essentially on an offer for $13 free shipping with another shirt that as of yet I haven't found, but I'll find it. This Ice House shirt I just got this. Oh, I got it on a Whatnot. On a Whatnot auction, and it went for $1. So that means I paid $1 plus shipping. Maybe I'm $30 into it because I bought a couple other things. It sold for $14.99 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $22. Another 40-cent game magazine. $13 free shipping. Contra. 2XL was super fun to play with when it was at Walmart. I never owned one, but it's basically a trivia game, and depending on what track you press on the 4-track cassette will tell you the answer and move you forward in the game. It's super fun. It's cool technology. Lonnie, if you watch Shed Flips, just found one that uses 8 tracks. This is the 90s one that uses cassettes. Pretty cool thing. I found it in the box. I paid $9 for it. Oh, that's probably only been listed for 6 or 8 weeks. Cool thing. Not worth a fortune. Sold for $50 plus shipping. This is not Eevee. This is Eevee. Eevee is a Pikachu. Or Eevee is a Pokemon. Sold for, I paid like $2.50 for this at Goodwill. I would have paid $1.99 because plush are $1.99 at Goodwill. Unless they're otherwise marked, and I don't generally buy the otherwise marked ones. It's sold for $17 free shipping. I found this shirt for $2.99 at Goodwill a pretty long time ago, but at a point where $2.99 was an odd price, cheap at Goodwill for a shirt. I remember I found it on the rack at East Peoria, and it is an all-over print, but it isn't as old as to be super vintage, but it's like a destination Guatemala tee, I think, if memory serves. Cozumel, Mexico. Anyway, it's a beautiful shirt, but it just wasn't worth as much as I'd hoped it would be. Sold for $17 plus shipping. It's a cool shirt. I hoped it was worth more. I was wrong. Deep purple, I probably paid too much for. I don't remember what I paid, but I know where it came from. It came from the guy that I buy from that's a picker, and it didn't sell for much, so $15 plus shipping. Deep purple. It's vintage, but it's a reprint. So this is the tag, and it's a reissue. So it's not as good as if it had like dates on it from the 80s. This is probably a Y2K reissue. These are cups so you can drink your whiskey on the rocks. Just cute, funny 70s thing. This one still has the price tag on it. $6 for 8 pieces. And I made 2 lots, and they both sold real good, considering that I have $3 into the lots. The other one sold for $45, and I think I took an offer on these at $39, both plus shipping. So it turned that $6 into, you know, almost $100. So these are cool vintage barware things. That one has like, that is inside the hole. That's weird. Hopefully the buyer's not upset about that, because I didn't notice it until just now. Very cool thing. Where are those books? I bought this at St. Anthony's with the VHS, but it's books and they're sealed, and I paid $1. It sold for $12.99. St. Anthony's is a spring yard sale at a church, a Catholic church, thus the saint part. This I paid $30 for on Whatnot, and it sold for $20 free shipping. But I wore it to the parks. It is a vintage Mickey Unlimited, and I bought it for me. But as it turns out, I don't like these thick, heavy graphic shirts. Like, this is a cool shirt. It's got, you know, all these guys playing hockey on it. It says on the ice. It's got the back side of the same image on the back. Very cool shirt. I paid $30 on Whatnot, intending to keep it. I didn't like it once I put it on, and I decided to relist it. I tried to relist it for making money. That did not happen. So eventually I just took an offer on it. This Harvard t-shirt that did get pulled, and I don't know where it went. On the Champion screen print tag, Harvard t-shirt. I think it's a size small. It's real little. Yeah. I got it at a yard sale for $1, and it sold for $12.99 plus shipping. Buyer's all in at $19. We already did the Frogger game. So then this Ditka shirt I can't find at the moment. I paid $4 for it at a yard sale, and I think it might be in this box, but I haven't. Matter of fact, it is in that box. Hold on. I had it marked as something else, and I was like, it was in that box with that Goofy. Which box was that in? And it occurred to me as I was recording, it's in this box. So I paid $4 for this at a yard sale. Ditka's, Chicago. He had a restaurant. And this sold for $29.99, so $30. Buyers all in at $41. And then the only other thing that I can't, cassettes. These 2 cassettes, they're right here. I just didn't, they're buried and I didn't pull them out. Sold for $5 plus shipping. It's 2 cassettes by the Eagles, Live and The Long Run. I probably wouldn't list them again. At $5 plus shipping, they're not really worth messing with. I'd have probably just lotted them up with something else. And then Winnie the Pooh says he's in one box. He's not there. We'll find him. But it was everything's $1 item, sale item, and it sold for $17.99 plus shipping. Let me look at this again. Yeah, so my guy says he's in one box, but he's not there. I'll find him in a minute. But just a Winnie the Pooh plush. I think that's all of them. 30 items. It is now 10:34, and I got to get this stuff out of here. At least a bunch of it, if not all of it. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, clicking the bell, following, all the things that you do. Tell them, Evelyn.